Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting another brand new series. Don't say I don't treat you. So, I recently put up a post asking for you guys to vote on what you'd rather see, and it was pretty evenly sided between Warhammer Darktide, that new game, and Crusader Kings 3. So I thought it probably made more sense to just do them both. And we'll be getting a lot more episodes of Crusader Kings 3 out on the channel as opposed to Darkside, because I know that had more of an interest from you guys. So we're going to be starting the series today and seeing how it plays out. Now I've taken the liberty and I've gone ahead and already created the character, but I'll just run you through what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be a very specific playthrough and it's going to be a whopper. I hope you guys are ready. So we're starting in Italy. You can possibly see where this is going. We have our faction leader. He's 16 years old, just taken over because his father's just died. Now he is Roman, Latin Roman. So first mission, so we're going to have to convert the people of our county. But he comes from a very, very long line of ancient Romans. And he's managed to hide just long enough to be able to take over his first county. Now our goal is going to be to restore Hellenism and the Roman culture back into Italy, and then hopefully back into the Mediterranean Empire or the Roman Empire. So our ultimate goal is to re-establish the Roman Empire. And obviously, we've got the Byzantine Empire. It's going to be the biggest problem for us, but kind of also one of our slight sort of allies. So it's going to be a really interesting playthrough, and like I said, it's very specific, and it's going to be very difficult because we're the only Hellenists surrounded by Christians who all think we're evil. So we're going to be fighting for our lives every single day. It's going to be hard, and we've got no allies. But if we play it smart and play it safe, we can do it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this series, and I reckon that there's going to be some heartbreak and a lot of scheming involved. It's going to be very interesting. But let's go ahead and join straight in. Before I want to start though, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys who are all watching this. And please, as always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. But for the rest of you, get down in that comments box. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're enjoying this series and if I should continue it. I'll get a good few episodes out and I'll get a good base for the series started. And then I just want to hear from you guys what you think of it and if you want to see it continue. And develop. And if you've got any ideas for things that I can do or directions you want to see it head, then please let me know that as well. But without any more said, let's jump into it. So, I think I covered most of it. I probably haven't. I've probably forgotten some bits. But for you guys that are familiar with Crusader Kings, it is an awesome game, and I have played a few times. It is brilliant. And for you guys who aren't, it is, well, you just have to see. It's very complicated. It's a paradox game, so if you've ever played anything like Europa Universalis or Stellaris, it's along those lines of sort of city settlement management, government management, politics. It's bloody complicated, and you've got to do a lot of micromanaging, but it is a really good game. Very complex, but very fun. So anyway, let's get on to it. So first off, we need to establish, we've got no player heir, but we do have a wife. I thought I'd give myself the liberty of that. I haven't exceeded the 400 points that they give you, but we have got some okay skills. I've focused mainly on becoming a steward, so I've got very high stewardship level, especially for a 16-year-old. He's done very well there. Obviously, we're this is going to be our main rule. I had to kind of, like I said, I've gone within the 400 points, but we're going to have to be establishing an empire here. So he's going to be our best one now. Our children are going to be a lot weaker and a lot, their skills are not going to be as good. So as soon as he dies, it's going to be a real fight for survival. So we're going to have to play hard and fast as long as he lives, because he's got the skills we need. So it's going to be a bit of a race against the clock to establish a small kingdom before he dies and we pass on to our next of kin, who could potentially ruin everything. So it's going to be a difficult one. It's going to be a very difficult one, but we're going to continue down that stewardship route and try and gain a better income. We could go military, because obviously we're going to have to establish a kingdom through military means, but I think if we're focused on building up our domain getting good stewardship experience, building up what we've got here, developing our county capital, which is Salerno. I reckon we'll have a bit more of an advantage in that sense. So what can we do? First we should check the council. So we're endorsed by our priest, but because we have no church holdings or temple holdings, that doesn't really do anything for us. So what we should do first is get him to convert the faith in our county. And as much as I'd love to have that higher domain tax, I'm going to get him to convert the culture so that we have the people on our side. Because even my own councillors aren't too keen on me at all. Instead of organising the levies, I think we're going to train commanders. We're going to have him train commanders so we get better knights and champions. He is going to disrupt schemes. So he's going to continue disrupting schemes for us. Making sure that nobody's going to kill us. So we're going to have to play for a little while, and I think our first move that we're going to want to do very soon is we're going to want to move against the county of Napoli and try and take that over, because we're a one county faction at the moment. We want to get that before anyone else does, but also so that we have a larger income from the barony of Napoli. So they shouldn't really have any allies. They don't. They have 100 more men than we do, although that is increasing. So they've got 100 footmen and 100 bowmen. We have 100 bowmen and 200 pikemen. So we do have more knights than them, but they have more levies. So what we really want is light footmen. So we're going to create them. It's going to be a big chunk of our money gone. It's going to reduce our monthly income. However, it will allow us to defeat the armies of Napoli much easier and much quicker. So let's have a look at this. While out for a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares, if my lord has the coin. Right, okay, so we have a stewardship challenge here. 37% chance to strike a bargain. 41% chance to be a decent negotiator. Or 60% chance. Or I could just not do anything. That's only 15. Let's go for that. We lost 5 gold. Haggling skills were adequate, and I think we've gained a trinket. So already we're off to a good start, and we've got ourselves our first bit of equipment, which gives us clergy opinion +2, same faith opinion +4. So that's going to be helpful in the future. It's not so much helpful now, but it will be later on. We've got construction negotiations. Building construction cost -10% from our wife there. That's really good. Commander has been promoted and recruited to the court, so potentially a new knight there, possibly even better. I could be swaying somebody. I should probably try seducing my wife to try and get an heir. Should be quite easy to do. I could be seducing some of my councillors, get them on my side. Intimidated, so they hate me probably because I'm Hellenistic. Yeah, pretty much. Because I'm Hellenistic and they're not Roman, they really hate me. So we're gonna have to deal with that for a short while. Got 45 out of the 100 of our light footmen. So as soon as they're ready to go, we'll move into Napoli and try and take that over. So just really waiting on them. Got 55. Could probably move with about 60. As long as we don't let them build up any of their mercenaries. It would be good to recruit him. He'd make a very, very good, what's it called? Somebody's hurt themselves, that's not good. Be gallant and charming, so how should I approach my wife? We'll say we'll be gallant and charming. Hopefully that works. Beneath those layers, it shouldn't be long before... Yeah, so we've done quite well there. We're going to have to move fairly quickly. Let's just wait until we get 10 more there. Hey, there we go. She's pregnant already. Hopefully we get a boy and then just daughters after that. We don't want too many sons because then as we hit our succession, it's going to be absolute mayhem, chaos, as it gets divided amongst all of our children. Right, so we also want to get some new buildings, but they're very expensive and we're not quite there yet. Plus, as my stewardship levels up, we'll get cheaper construction costs. So we'll keep that money for the military at the moment. So we're at 85. That should be enough. Let's go ahead and declare this war. We'll have to use our prestige, but we should have enough to do it. 150. Quickly pause. We're going to raise our forces. We've got 597. They've got 433. And we have the advantage. There we go. Let's watch the battle unfold. That's not a good start. Our guys are getting wounded, so we've got... Oh, we won already. We captured their faction leader. Excellent. Yeah, we captured Count Gregarious. That's the quickest war I think I've ever fought in this game. Look at that. All done. Lovely. Right, we can disband the army already and keep our costs coming in naturally. Lovely. Right. Let's... Oh, we didn't take any prisoners. A very good schemer there. But I can't afford him, and I shouldn't be trying to just yet. Reading in Salerno. She's a godless empath, so probably not something pious. Let's be entertained. And it worked. Lovely. I don't really know why I'm doing this. She's already pregnant, but look at that. We've gained our first bit of land here. Now we should probably try and hunker down, build up our forces. We've also gained the levies from that city. Or that castle even. I think it's a castle, isn't it? It's a fortification and a city next to it. City holding. We do have another city over here. The Baron. Wipes tears off. We've given birth to a daughter. She's now the player heir. Hopefully we do give birth to a son at some point. A daughter's not a problem. We'll get her educated. I'll give her to... I was going to give her to my wife, yeah. She's got very good stewardship. We'll give her to my wife. I can't believe my wife's got such amazing stewardship. That's pretty good. Neighbours' war resolved. King Louis. So what we want to see is a division amongst all of these kingdoms. We would love if Italy had a civil war and split apart. That would be the best possible thing that could happen for us. Sting of rejection. That didn't... Okay. Lost a bit of progress on seducing her. That's not great, but it's not a lost cause just yet. Culture's coming along nicely. Very nicely. We should probably speed up a fair bit, I imagine. We've got a lot of money to build up. Let's have a look. Many months have passed since the lords and ladies of the realm gathered for a feast. It would benefit you, not to mention those among us who would appreciate a good feast. Of course, we shall have a feast. I have to have a feast within 10 years. I'm going to gain stress either way because I'm both temperate and an eager reveler. That's fine. So, quite an expensive affair, really. It's 100 gold to host a feast, and I want to put that gold more towards building up our settlements. We're going to work down our architect route, so we're going to make everything cost less to build, and then we're going to hopefully gain that perk at the bottom of the tree. Got another commander recruited, that's good. But here we can declare war. We can basically declare war on anyone because we're Hellenistic. We see all of these guys as evil, so we're allowed to declare religious war against any of them at any point, which is very, very helpful for us. Never a dull moment. She's rowdy. That's good. Carps. You will have all the resources you need. If it is a pond for carps you are interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lord. So every courtier. Ooh, okay, that is actually quite good. We'll see if we can get a better deal out of it, though. There we go, got a good deal. Only lost 15. And we've unlocked a new perk already. We'll go for Taxman. We'll have more efficiently collected taxes. Don't need those up. Peasant Rabble has created a faction. We've got another commander recruited. So I want my marshal training up all of my knights if possible. We could improve the control here, but hopefully that will sort itself out over time. It is going up, so I'll keep him training up our commanders, trying to make our army as strong as possible. So we've just found a herd of cattle. Now, we could leave the herd, which would give us a development growth bonus, or we could sell it for 50 gold. We're going to sell it, and then that should give us enough gold that we can... Oh, okay, we're still on full speed. Sorry, I forgot about that. Sonny's been wounded. He's been wounded during training, so I think I don't have a very good... Who is he? Just a he's just a courtier, so he's not that important. We're going to go ahead and build a manor house in Salerno because it has the highest level of tax income. Now, we do want to have an increased amount of levies, so we'll probably want to build some barracks and armories, like regimental grounds, which will increase the amount of men we have in our army. But we want an increased amount of money first, and then we'll try and improve the military. So we've got a granary infestation. Vermin have infested several granaries in the county of Napoli, destroying the seed grain stored in them. With nothing to plant for next year's crops, the free tenants living there have come to me asking for aid. So I have plenty of grain. They should become my serfs. Popular opinion would go down, but control would increase. We could lose 50. Or we could demand that the temple gives them grain. We'll do that because we've got plenty of piety to give. Culture's nearly changed to Roman, which will allow us to research technology for... Well, we can already, but we need actual people behind us so that we can start researching Roman technologies. I want to have a look at this to see if we've got... We do have a better marshal, so we're going to assign him a much better marshal. Let's see if we've got a better steward. We don't. That's a shame. Do we have a better pontifex? Nope. Do we have a better chancellor? We don't. Do we have a better spymaster? Nope. We do, but by 2 points, and actually I think he'd like us better. He is a baron though, so I would very much displease him by changing him out. And it's only for an extra 2 points. We'll leave him in. If my sway scheme has ended, which it has, we will sway the marshal here. Get him on our side. So he's got a very good skill there. Should be training up our guys quite nicely. So the plans for what we're going to be trying to do here, as like I said, we're going to try and wait to see if Italy splits apart due to civil war or whatever. We're never going to be taking on the papacy. I don't know how you say it. We're not going to be taking these guys on for a long time. They're very powerful. They will call on all the Christians to help defend them. We've got the Principality of Benevento, very strong, 1,400 men to arms. Quite a long line of succession. I don't know why that's stuck on my screen. There we go. Got a new stewardship perk, so defensive measures. We can allow people to buy truces off us. They probably won't because we're quite weak at the moment. Let's reduce building times. We've got... So look, my vassal Barra Marinos has honoured me with a visit and brought one of his courtiers along. Marinos approaches me excitedly. Well met. It pleases me to see you thriving here in Salerno. It occurred to me that Demetra here might be of some service. Okay, so he's offering me somebody to join my court. And she's got excellent intrigue, so we can swap her out for a... I spend 75 prestige. I become friends with him, so the Baron. And he gains more opinion of me. And I get somebody to join my court, so that's very helpful. I don't even know how to say that, has decided that her time in Salerno has come to an end. The servants have packed her chests and she's said her farewells. She wants to claim the county of Capua. That's all the way up here, isn't it? No, that's Genoa. Where's Capua? Ah, there. But it belongs to Italy, so... Yeah, no, I can't help you with that. You're going to have to leave my court. And now that that woman has joined us, 17, we will swap her over. She's a much better spy master. So, going well. What I was saying before is my plan is obviously we want Italy to split apart. Benevento is too strong. Something's always popping up whenever I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. Atenulf has decided that his time in Salerno has come to an end. He also wants the county of Capua. It's just a courtier, so you can go away. We've got the something of Kamada. I'm not going to sure. We're just going to call it the Chiefdom of Kamada here. It's just split off from somebody, so I think they've just become independent. So he has 291 men with no allies. We could press a claim on that and take it over. We've got the Sordinid Emirate down here. They've got 810 soldiers, so we're not actually that far off them. So in terms of plans, I think what we're going to do is we'll take over Kamada. That should be quite easy. He's got 300 men at the most, no allies. We should be able to take him over now. After we've done that, we'll travel across the seas and take over Gallura. So they've got 400 soldiers and also no alliances. So that's 4 counties then under our control. And then all of a sudden, we've become quite a force to be reckoned with within Italy. So we won't be able to take on Benevento, but we could take on the Sordinate Emirate, as we've almost got enough men to take them on. Anyway, we can always improve our men-at-arms if we have the money. And there's a good 2, 4, 500 men that we could have right there, just as men-at-arms. Obviously, it's very expensive to do. So yeah, let's declare war on Kamada and claim that as quick as we can. We're going to move our rally point to the border so that we can take it over nice and quickly. My marshal is in command of the army. We're going to send him in and carry on playing there. So we should have no issues at all taking them out and capturing the town. Lovely. There we go. We've taken them. I don't think we captured any prisoners. And now the siege begins. It's got 250 durability, so it's going to take a little while to take that over. But we're still making monthly income. We should have the county under control. Nearly converted Salerno to Roman. And then, like I said, we can turn our eyes onto Gallura. Let's have a look. So they're providing us with 100 levies. We're losing 33% due to low counter control. It is going up. Maybe I should have my marshal focusing on reducing that, but if it's going to take a very long time, it's going to take 6 years to fix that. So I don't know if it is actually worth it or not. I've got 34 men up here, 4 knights and 40 archers. We've obviously lost a couple during the siege, probably through attrition. We've still got most of our men at arms, and we're making our marshal like us a little bit more. So it's all going pretty well. We've nearly taken over the fort. Let's have a little look in here. Aha, there we go. So we've just made a few captures. Captured 2 men here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and build up my court with useful men. And what I'm going to really focus on doing is making sure that I'm converting them to Hellenism. So at the moment it will just be me and my wife are the only people that are Hellenistic. So as I capture prisoners, who a lot of the time will have good military skills, because we would have captured them in battle, what we can do is demand their conversion and recruit them. They're going to hate me, but they'll be Hellenistic and they will come around eventually. Plus, it's a chance for me to gain good courtiers. So we'll do it to both of them. We'll convert them both and recruit them both. And Yeah, there we go. So we'll carry on playing. They should both accept. There we go. Let's just check his skills. So he immediately, now that he's Hellenistic, could replace my Pontifex, which is our religious leader, because he's a lot better. And this guy is also very good with learning. He's not a very good knight, unfortunately, but if we do lose too many or if too many get injured, then he could always replace them. He does have some prowess. But yeah, so if we would go ahead and replace our Pontifex with Kia Tusi, who's much better, what will happen there is we'll be able to convert the religion in Salerno a lot quicker. He obviously doesn't like us, but it doesn't matter because we don't need him to endorse us. We don't need him to endorse us because he provides us no men or money or tax from the church, essentially. And we've gone ahead, we've captured the fortress, and we've won the war. So we'll enforce our demands, we'll gain fame and prestige, and the county of Camada. So now we can go ahead, we can disband all our forces, continue on. We'll move our rally flag back to the capital, and Camada is now under our control. Catholicism. So yeah, now we need to really focus on building up. So those manor houses shouldn't be too far off. They've got 2 years left, and then we want to build something in Napoli. Ideally, we'll get another set of manor houses, and then in that last slot, we'll probably get some regimental grounds and have an extra 150 men. We've got a dangerous faction who can send an ultimatum in 12 months, but they're not very strong, so no matter what, we'll be able to put them back in their place. Got low control in counties, so I probably should sort that out. It's going to take 6 years in Napoli or 4 years in Camada. We'll go ahead and sort Camada out. If we can get that sorted, he is a good marshal, so he should get that sorted quite well. I do want to keep upgrading my commanders, but maybe it is better to get the commander under control again. Because once we've done that, they'll start giving us more levies and more income as well. So if we're going to do that, then probably best to start building in Camada instead of Napoli, because we'll get it under control quicker. Not much is going on, so we'll probably speed up a little bit now. Put it on 5. So our marshal's nearly our friend. If we can just succeed in one more swaying mission, he'll be on our side. We've got a rogue servant. A lowly sorcerer has been stealing from my household. That's a sorcerer. I'm not sure what that means. The man cowers before me, snivelling about hungry children and pleading for mercy. Please, my lord, I will do anything you ask. Show mercy and win his loyalty. Show mercy. It's just feeding hungry children. So here we go. To the contemptuous ducks Dacius, which is us. We have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying your taxes. Barely pay anything. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. Never. So, okay, that's actually more. So that's both rebel groups from both counties here. We'll assemble the army. And then we're still on full speed, so we'll slow that down a little bit. And we'll chase this small army of rebels. They're in the bishopric of Matera, so we need to head down there. We've aborted the task of increasing control, because obviously the rebellion's already happened. We're going to jump in there, start the battle. Yep, not a chance. Destroyed them. So we get popular opinion plus 50 for 25 years. Peasant rebel's been disbanded, and we've captured their prisoner, who will have a little look at his skills, but should be a relatively good commander. So let's disband the forces. Like I said, popular opinion is back up, and control's probably reduced somewhat more. Yeah, it's gone up to 9 years now. So in that case, we'll change over to Napoli. as it will be quicker to improve the control there. Let's have a look at our prisoners. So he's got 23 martial, so we want to convert him and recruit him. I think he's even better. Yep, he's even better than our current marshal, so that will speed things up even more so. There we go. So even though I've just improved our relationship with him, I could now swap him out for the guy that we've just captured, who's got a much better martial skill. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. And then we're going to swap our sway mission over to him. And that's just saved us a whole year of improving control. Chivalry, manage domain. So I'm going to keep her to just assisting me across the board. Our income's looking quite good. Manor houses are nearly done. Development in realm capital, 30 a month. We'll go for that. So our development is now at 12. I'm not sure what we can get to. So it says 12 out of 100, but we can only get to a certain amount due to the time period we're in. So as the time period increases, we can increase the amount of development we have in our settlement. So continuing on, 171. Have a look at Napoli. Napoli's got a trade port and bastions and Kurt walls, so they've got defensive and they've got first a bit of income. We'll want to get manor houses, like I said before, and then we'll want to get regimental ground. So we need 190, which we're not too far off getting. We'll go ahead and speed up. Not lots going on at the moment, so we'll get to that 190. We've just lost a bit of control. Lack of sheriffs in Commander. So we've got a lot to sort out in Commander, but we're focusing on Napoli first. The mansions are now done, which has increased our income. And holding taxes in Salerno have just increased, so we're all looking pretty strong. We'll get these manor houses. They'll take 4 years to build in Napoli, and then our income's going to start looking much better. So also improved our relationship with him. I just saw a large band of rebels. 1,500 of them. Very dangerous. Very nearly Roman. Not far to go now. Speeding through it. Obviously we're on full as fast as we can be playing through the game. And we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 perks left to get before we complete that tree. So it's all looking pretty good at the moment. So, we have now become the culture head of the Roman culture. Excellent. Which means we can get him to start promoting Roman culture in either Napoli or Commander. We'll go for Napoli, as we're increasing the control there. If we convert it to Roman, popular opinion will also go up. So that's probably more beneficial. So we'll get that done. And then we have... So we've just become the culture head, which means we can choose what technologies the Romans are studying for. So, what we probably want to do, casus belli, not as important. We've already got quite a few perks here that are very helpful. So I think mustering grounds, which would improve the size of our men-at-arms regiments. So instead of having 300 be the maximum, it would go up to 500, and we could have another men-at-arms regiment. We're going to go for that. So the men-at-arms are crucially important because they are the counters. So if we went to create a new one and we said create pikemen, we've got pikemen counter light cavalry, heavy cavalry, camel cavalry, and elephant cavalry. So if we know there's an enemy lord or leader who focuses using cavalry, we could build more men-at-arms regiments focusing on pikemen, and so forth with other regiments. As you can see, there is a different price on all of them. So armoured footmen generally have high damage and high defence. They're very slow, and it means they're a bit more expensive because they're heavily armoured and heavily armed. Whereas you've got your light footmen, very cheap, don't do much damage, don't have a lot of defence, but they're very quick. They're good in pursuit, and pursuit means that when you've defeated an enemy in battle and they're retreating, you'll kill a lot more of them as they're retreating. Whereas the armoured footmen don't have that because they're not very fast. We've also got cataphracts. Now, A lot of other factions won't have cataphracts, but we do because we have Roman legacy. Which means they're pretty damn strong. They're a lot smaller, they're half the size of a normal regiment, and they're very expensive. But they're some of the best units in the game. 120 damage compared to an armoured footman's, which is 32. So we'll probably want to create a regiment of them, but a little bit later on. They're also not very effective in most areas. So mountains they do terribly, wetlands they do really terribly, and in hills they do bad. What they're good at is drylands and plains. And obviously we're in a very hilly, mountainous region. So not ideal. We'd have to keep them to the plains as much as possible, which there are a lot of. Lots of things, like I said, there's so many things to consider when playing this. So many things. Anyway, continuing on. We've got 3 situation reports. So, that's losing durability. We're going to leave it a bit longer. Paulina. We've got another daughter. She wants to name it after herself. We'll get my wife to educate her again. Spouse, up to the task. Some of my counsellors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I am complaining to Paulina when she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. So, I could send her to upset one of my counsellors. So we could improve stewardship, we could improve diplomacy, or I could have her lay with me, because that's going to upset all of them, and we're on a bit thin ice with them all. Anyway, I'm going to keep her with me, and hopefully get her pregnant again, and hopefully get a son, because at the moment we have 2 daughters, which means we're splitting our realm in half when I die, which is not what we want. There we go. Ended your scheme to sway Ostinu de Catania. So I believe that's our marshal, and he's now very friendly with us, which is good news. Whilst out for a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Oh, okay, we had this earlier, didn't we? And then we'll go with detail of this bauble, because that gives us the cheapest options anyway. We'll go with that. We lost 10 gold, and we've gained the Jade Pendant. Increased piety. Very nice. Gained a new lifestyle perk, and we have an issue with our wife here. Today I was given grave news. My wife Paulina has fallen ill with pneumonia. Let's get a physician. It's going to be very expensive, but we probably do need a good physician. So we can either pay a cheap amount for a worse physician or a high amount for a good physician. We'll get the good one because it's worth it. There will be no treatment. Choice is up to my wife. Do no more than is necessary. And we've reduced her disease symptoms. So, pretty successful. We may not have had the same positive outlook if we'd hired the cheaper guy, so that's gone quite well for us. She's recovered from pneumonia already. Let's slow the game down a bit because we're getting a lot happening quite fast. Let's get that pendant on. It's got 60-year lifespan. And it's a masterwork trinket, so that's pretty damn good. Got 160 gold, and we've built the manor houses here, so we're actually making 5 gold income per day. Or per month. Sorry, per month, not per day. That'd be ridiculous if it was. Which is really good. So we could start getting regimental grounds, but I think we're going to start building some buildings here in Kamada. The control's actually gone down massively. It's only 6, whereas that's 77. Oh no, sorry, we want it to go up. We want 100 control. Idiot. I was looking at the wrong way around. So the control there is absolutely appalling. Well, we need to fix that. It's looking pretty good there. So it's going up 1 every month. Shouldn't be too much longer until he's fixed the control in that region. And yeah, like I said, we probably want to build. So we'll go walls and towers first. I think that's a basic that every fort should have before anything else. So we'll get that sorted. Okay, so Galura doesn't exist anymore, and it's now become the Archonate of Sardinia. So this one person owns that whole island, which I think is 5 counties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it's 5 counties there. And they have 1,000 men. We only have 845, so we're not actually in a position to take them out anymore. I think I waited too long. And they've got 1,000 men too, so we're actually one of the weaker kingdoms at the moment. Benevento has 980. So it's looking quite even across the board at the moment. Now obviously we do always have the option of increasing our men-at-arms. We've got a good income at the moment, so we could potentially do that. We're not under threat from anyone at the moment, so we don't have to overly worry that that might happen. But it's something to definitely keep our eyes on. I need my wife to get pregnant again. That's the only problem. So I think what we're going to do... We've ended our sway scheme, so I think we're going to try again to seduce her. We'll try and get it right this time. So yeah, they're producing no tax and only 90 levies. And as we're getting under control, in Napoli they're starting to increase how many levies they're giving us. So yeah, a lot of things to consider. What we probably want to do, now that they've sort of got a matching number of men to us, or slightly more, we don't really want to attack them, because what we've got to do is we've got to sail across and land on their island, and that will give them an immediate advantage. We'll have our men coming off of the boats onto shore will make them weaker than the opposing force. So, not something we want to do. Plus, it costs a lot of money to send your men over there, and we don't want to do it if we're going to lose because they have more men. However, they might come over here, which would mean we have the advantage. We could take them out and then sail across. But we've got 5 forts to take out, potentially. So it's going to be quite a difficult one. However, if we attack the Sordinid Emirate down here, there's only 3 counties. They do have 1,000 men, but it's next to home and could work better for us. So let's have a look at this. We went gallant and charming last time, and that seemed to work. So let's do that again. I think we messed it up on our book choice. So there you go, that's worked again. Not endorsed by Pontifex. Relations with everyone here seems to be going a lot better. So we've nearly converted Salerno to Hellenistic, which is a good start. It means people born here will become Hellenistic and Roman. We'll start seeing some more Romans in the world. It's a good start, and it's what we want. Who's this? Neighbouring ruler. Your vassal Baro Radgis, I don't know who that is, has insulted me gravely. He had the audacity to name me a loathsome fop doodle. In front of my court, I demand satisfaction for this slight. Whatever it takes to make this well again, I could pay him. Who is this? The Emir Sordin of the Sordinid Emirate, so the guy who owns this kingdom down here. I'm not going to upset one of my own vassals to appease an enemy lord, so let's piss him off further. He's already an enemy of ours. He believes that we're evil because we're Hellenistic, and he owns land that I covet. They do obviously have more men than us, so it is still a threat. Okay, good. That's what we want. She's pregnant. Hopefully that's our first boy, and our only one. So we want that place under control, which is so nearly there. Control is good here. Popular opinion is down, but that's because they're not Hellenistic, and they will be soon. We've only got 76 gold. Spymaster has left her position and the court. I wonder why. Let's reassign. That is a shame. We need to start looking for holes in kingdoms. So we've got one over here, County of Pomorje. However, it's quite difficult to get over there. We want Venice. No, it's too strong. Benevento is kind of similarly matched to us with 900, but I reckon... Oh, they don't have an alliance. When my daughters come of age, I should be able to marry them off and secure alliances. However, that's all to be seen in the next episode. I don't want to make it go on too long, and these are always fairly slow starting. So, we've done pretty well. We've captured 2 towns already. We've further established... I should go ahead and pause this. So that didn't work. Let's go... Spiritual medicine will give us a chance to learn. Has she got good learning? Not really. But that didn't work last time. Or did it? I can't remember. Let's go learning. She liked it. Okay, it worked. Good. Anyway. So, we're working well on that sense. Anyway, I'm pausing it now. So yeah, as I was saying, we've done really well. We've captured over 2 settlements already, 2 counties. Cashmere of Comado and Cashmere of Napoli. So we're doing really, really well here. And establishing ourselves as a kingdom. In fact, we may even be able to establish ourselves as a duchy. Which we... Oh, okay, no, we already are. So this is our duchy. We now own all 3 of these. And this is something I'll probably have to explain to guys later on. It gets very complicated further on in this game with titles and title management. I'm not even going to begin to get into it yet. But we this is our first duchy, so we are... That's why we're Duxdicius. Makes sense. Good. Anyway, as I was saying, that's the end of the episode. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. If you're new to this channel, please leave a subscribe. Please subscribe. And for the rest of you, as always, please get down in the comments and leave me a comment. If there's anything you want to see, if there's any questions you have, any tips, hints, anything you think I should do, please get down there and let me know ASAP. This is going to be quite an interesting series, I think. Like I said, we're at a massive disadvantage bringing Hellenism back into a Christian Italy. So it's going to be a tough road ahead. But we're off to a successful start. We just don't want to be too successful too quickly. So we'll have to be very careful and tread lightly. But otherwise, guys, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please let me know if you have. I want to hear your feedback on this and whether or not I should continue it going. Crusader Kings is probably a series that will need to be edited a fairly bit, so let me know what you think on that. Obviously, there are quite a lot of bits where not much is happening, so let me know what you think about that and if I should start editing that out and making, I don't know, maybe shorter episodes, but more exciting things happening within those episodes. Just let me know what you think. As always, get down in those comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.